we're going to be playing in a Pioneer Competitive League with this deck. This deck I saw posted by Magic Aids, and it seemed like a lot of fun. Basically, the idea is you make a few tokens, you cast Indomitable Creativity, and you polymorph all of those artifact and creature tokens into various Dragon Lord Kolagons, Angel of Serenities, Void Winnowers, and Emrakuls. And then your backup plan is just like red-white Planeswalker midrange. Should be quite a bit of fun. Whoops. Can we... Twitch activity feed. View. Let's see. That's not what I wanted. Alright, let's join this match. Dang it. I do not want to drop. I want to expand this window. There we go, cool. We have an Indomitable Creativity, we have a Sweltering Suns, we have 2 lands and a Birth of Meletis. This hopefully will be good enough. We'll keep. Oh, jeez, that hurts. I figured I'd bring his Tug Rope because he was destroying his other toy playing Tug Rope. But this may not have been a good idea. It's not a toy he can be with unsupervised because he likes to chew on it and he'll actually swallow it if it's rope. Because he's smart. We'll play a Sacred Foundry tapped to pass the turn. Go get it! Opponent's going to Thought Erasure us. So they're going to take whatever they feel like is, I guess, most threatening to their combo, which is probably Inverter combo. Oh, ow. I don't know what my opponent's doing or why they're having such trouble with this. I'm sure this is so pleasant to listen to. No biting. No biting. Ow! No biting. Okay, this is going away for a little bit. Go get a different toy. Where's your other toy? Go get it! Because that one I can at least throw, and he's not going to sit here growling the whole time. Okay. Opponent did mill a Castle Lockthwain. We're drawing all of our Indomitable Creativity targets. We're going to shock, play Birth of Meletis, tutor up a Plains, pass the turn. Opponent opts again. Thought Erasure number 2. Opponent takes Chandra. They're not scared of Chandra. Okay. We draw Pirate's Pillage, make a wall, play a Plains, pass the turn. We're hopefully going to cycle this Sweltering Suns into another land. Okay, opponent's going to Thoughtseize. We're going to cycle just so that we can draw a land, hopefully. Like, this does technically give our opponent more information, but we need to draw a land, and we don't want them to take our cantrip. It's true that they could... We weren't going to draw anything more important to take than Creativity or Pirate's Pillage here. Opponent takes Pirate's Pillage. And Creativity. See? Isn't this fun? Opponent digs through time. Okay, we draw. Castle Ardenvale, gain some life. Play Castle. Pass the turn. If we draw Indomitable Creativity, we could get something big and scary that's left in the deck. Kolagon or Angel of Serenity. Shoot, what else is in this list? Ah! Sorry, everybody. I think that's it. Okay, we draw Mountain. Play a Mountain. Pass the turn. Opponent digs through time again. If they just have, I was going to say Inverter and what's it called, then we're going to lose, but doesn't look like they have it quite yet. Somehow. Despite digging through time twice, they don't have it. Okay, opponent cycles a Censor. And there's the Inverter of Truth. We'll go ahead and make a token. Probably quite futilely, but our opponent just had so many Thoughtseizes this game. Ooh, Nahiri. Don't think that does anything, though. Sure. That doesn't win them the game, right? Don't they have to have less than their devotion? if X is greater than or equal to. Okay. Alright, I actually didn't know that. I haven't been playing enough Pioneer. Okay, so versus our opponent's deck, I feel like Gideon's kind of important because embleming Gideon is kind of good. Leyline of Sanctity also going to be kind of relevant here. I think Silence could be good. A Braid is probably better than a couple Chain to the Rocks. Let's see. Okay, what are we going down? Let's cut Anger. Anger doesn't really do anything. Sweltering Suns can kill the stupid creature that I can't remember the name of right now, but Thassa's Oracle, that's the one. We could bring in Silence if we were worried about counter spells. I don't know if we should be. I don't play Pioneer enough. I think Sun's Nemesis is kind of wishful thinking. And we'll cut a Chandra. Try it like this. Stop doing that, Moto. We'll play first. This hand is super slow. We're gonna mulligan. This is slightly better. We'll keep. Put back Angel. Start Temple of Triumph. Leyline of Sanctity to the bottom. Unfortunately, not very useful this game. Opponent starts Watery Grave untapped into a Thoughtseize. They take Gideon. We draw Temple of Triumph. Play Temple. Temple to the bottom. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Drowned Catacomb and passes. We draw an Elspeth, Sun's Champion. Play Sacred Foundry tapped. Opponent opts. Plays a Fetid Pools. We draw Birth of Meletis. We'll play a Mountain. Play Birth. Tutor up a Plains. Opponent plays an Island. Thoughtseize. They see we have an Elspeth, Conquers Death, and an Elspeth, Sun's Champion. They take Elspeth, Conquers Death. And they play a Narset, Parter of Veils promo. We draw Indomitable Creativity. And I guess we just fire this off now. Void Winnower! Our opponent can no longer cast spells with even mana costs. Nice. Good luck, opponent. Gotta hope that doesn't get Murderous Rider or something. Okay, opponent down ticks. Whiffs. Wow. Impressive. Cycles a sensor. Okay, we untap. We draw and abrade. Gain some life. Go to combat. Attack our opponent for 11. They drop to 3. I suspect we're going to get Sinister Sabotaged. Maybe it's better to just hold up abrade. Cast Elspeth. Mystical Dispute. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. They have to find a way to answer Void Winnower this turn. I'm not sure they have anything. If they have a 1-mana bounce spell, that would work. Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. And they scoop it up. Woo, we got a game! Freaking stole that one. That was pretty nice. Maybe we bring in Silence. They do have counter spells. We could also silence them at their upkeep so they don't Thoughtseize us, but that's bad. It could be better than Chain to the Rocks, but I'm not totally certain on that one. Let's run it back. Hopefully we start with Leyline and our opponent has 300 Thoughtseizes that they can't use. I think that's our best case scenario. Hey, look! We're keeping. Slam that Leyline. Opponent starts Watery Grave, untapped. Opts. We untap, we draw, abrade. So we start Sacred Foundry, tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Watery Grave tapped. We draw Indomitable Creativity. Play a Clifftop Retreat. Tutor up a Plains. Pass the turn. Drowned Catacomb for our opponent. We draw Nahiri, we make a wall. Play a Plains. Play Birth of Meletis. Tutor up another Plains. Pass the turn. Ooh, they might just have it. Inverter of Truth. We get a wall. Let's see. What can we do here? Opponent has one card in deck. If they have no counter spells, we could abrade the creature. Okay. We have two options, which I guess is really just one option. We could play Gideon. We can zero Gideon and have Gideon die on an attack from Inverter of Truth, then have our opponent play Oracle and win. So we're not doing that. Our opponent, we can hold up a Braid, try and kill Oracle, or we can Creativity now, hope to hit Void Winnower, or is there any other creature that does it? Because we can only hit one. So it's Void Winnower, Kolagon, Emrakul, or Angel of Serenity. And I don't think any other one but Void Winnower does it. So that's a 1 in 4 chance. So 1 in 4 chance of victory off of Indomitable Creativity. Or they have to have a counter, so like land and a Sinister Sabotage. We're gonna play a mountain. They exile their deck face down. Okay, Abrade or Creativity? I think the answer is Abrade. But then again, I don't really know my deck or my opponent's deck that well. Oh, they had Jace! I forgot, they have win condition redundancy. Yep, okay. They win. We needed a creativity. Okay. Well, just for giggles, what was the first creature we were going to hit? Void Winnower! And we would have gotten it too! Oh, okay. That feels really bad. My bad, everybody. My bad. I didn't think that through. I forget that they have Jace in that deck, even though I saw him game one. Shut up. Yeah, that feels pretty bad, man. The good news is our deck can win, and maybe we just needed to board out all of our big threats that weren't Void Winnower, and so we could ensure that Indomitable Creativity would just win the game. Because I don't think they have a way to win if we have that 11-9 on the battlefield or whatever it is. Alright, game 2. We'll play first. Or, I mean, round 2, I guess. It's kind of a slower hand, but we have a Scryland to start, so I think I'm going to keep. If we're against aggro, we should be okay between Anger and Elspeth Conquers Death. And Birth. So start Temple of Triumph, go Scrying, Sacred Foundry to the bottom, pass the turn. Opponent shocks a Watery Grave. Is this Inverter again? Well, we have a chance to redeem ourselves then, don't we? Okay, we take Elspeth Conquers Death. We draw Birth of Meletis. So we cast Birth of Meletis. Go get a Plains. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Watery Grave tapped. We draw Mana Confluence, we make a wall. Play Birth. Go get another Plains. Sacred Foundry tapped. Pass the turn. So our opponent knows we're holding 2 Plains. They play a Drowned Catacomb. And they play a Narset, Parter of Veils. Down tick to find Narset, Parter of Veils. We untap. We make a wall, and we draw Indomitable Creativity. I think we just go for it now. They're tapped out. Red, 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 white. Get a Dragon Lord Kolagon. Attack our opponent. We could have waited a turn, and that would have been guaranteed lethal if they played Inverter of Truth, but I'm pretty sure they would have played some kind of Thoughtseize or held up counter magic. It is entirely possible that I am getting too antsy with these Indomitable Creativities. Okay, opponent down ticks into a Thought Erasure. So they would have taken it from us there. They play an Inverter of Truth. We untap, we draw. Indomitable Creativity. Dang. Gain some life. We can attack, but we just lose. And they have a Thought Erasure to back it up anyway. Alright, well. We'll concede. Go to sideboarding. Gideon's in. Leyline's in. Shatter, Abrades. Okay. Couple Chain to the Rocks out. Anger out. Dragon Lord, Angel, and Emrakul out. And we're just going to run Void Winnower. I think we want to guarantee we hit this card. And this might work if we can get creativity off. Alright, let's try it. Alright, we'll play first. We have a Leyline of Sanctity and a Chain to the Rocks. And a Gideon. This is really good if we draw lands and really bad if we don't. We have 24 lands. So almost a 1 in 2 chance of drawing a land. I'm going to keep this. This is really sketchy, but I'm going to keep this. We just need to draw 1 land, and then we'll turn on any Birth of Meletis's we could draw 2, which makes 4 more active draws. Start Leyline. Play Plains. Pass the turn. Opponent starts Island. We untap, we draw. Chandra. Alright, let's see if this bites me. If they just have, like, the combo hand, we're gonna lose. I was kind of banking on them drawing into, or having a hand that was, like, just interaction heavy. Okay. Discard a Gideon. They got a Jace. Milled himself. Draw Clifftop Retreat. Pass the turn. Fabled Passage. Mills themselves. There's an Inverter. And they pass. We draw. Temple of Triumph. Getting there the slow way. Gideon. I think we gotta put him to the bottom. We need another land to hopefully get around to Censor. Or for them to tap out for something that isn't Inverter of Truth. Okay, looks like maybe Dig Through Time here. If we draw a mountain and they play Inverter of Truth, we're okay. I think that's the best result if that happens. But we have to draw Mountain or Sacred Foundry. Okay, they play Inverter of Truth. Oh, we just die, don't we? Sad face. Alright. They got us. Well, that's my bad. I kept a really risky hand. I wouldn't call it unwinnable, but if we had drawn lands on time, which was unlikely, I guess, we would have been fine. I will try and do better next game. I won't keep any sketchy hands. Alrighty. Round 3. We have a Scryland and we're on the draw. Please be something other than Inverter of Truth combo. It's probably Inverter of Truth combo. We get Thought Seized. They take Gideon. Okay, we draw Plains, Temple of Triumph. Gideon, we don't want Gideon yet. Pass the turn. We get Thought Erasured. Inverter of Truth combo! Yay! Okay. Play a mountain. Pass the turn. Alright, they take Pirate's Pillage. We draw Void Winnower. Play a Plains. Pass the turn. Looks like our opponent is choked on mana. Well, they were. Cycle Sweltering Suns. We get a Sweltering Suns on tap. We draw Nahiri. Cycle Sweltering Suns. Play Mana Confluence, pass the turn. Opponent finds a Fabled Passage, cracks it, gets an island. Inverter of Truth, sure. We untap, we draw Emrakul. Play Nahiri. Tick up Nahiri. Discard Void Winnower. Get a Pirate's Pillage. Pass the turn. Opponent Thought Seizes. Takes Elspeth Conquers Death. Kills Nahiri. Plays Narset. Ticks down Narset. Takes Thought Erasure. So next turn they can Thought Erasure and then Oracle. So we scoop it up. Okay, we're getting better at this. Actually, I'm not liking a Braid that much. It's probably more likely that our opponent just doesn't play, what's it called post-board? The, stupid Oracle. Try like this. We'll play first. It's not amazing, but I think we'll keep. Start Temple, go Scrying. Sun's champion to the bottom. Pass the turn. Opponent Watery Grave tapped. We untap. Draw Castle Ardenvale. Shock Sacred Foundry. Play Birth of Meletis. Tutor up Plains. Pass the turn. Opponent plays an island. Thassa's Oracle. They do play it post board. We draw a Gideon and make a wall. So we Clifftop Retreat. Play Gideon. Emblem Gideon. Pass the turn. We're going to have to try and fight for this one. Opponent plays a Narset. Sure. We find a Leyline of Sanctity. Tick up on Thassa's Oracle. Play a Plains. Play Leyline of Sanctity. Turn off that Thoughtseize. Opponent takes up and finds a Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. Plays a Jace. Mills themselves. We draw another Gideon. So let's tick up on Oracle. Play Castle. Play an Elspeth Conquers Death. Exile Jace. Pass the turn. At least this time we're kind of playing a real game of Magic. Opponent plays a Fabled Passage. Cracks it. Goes and finds an island. Opts. Plays another Jace. Ticks up and mills themselves, sure. We untap. We draw Birth of Meletis. Non-creature spells cost more for our opponent. Okay. Let's pitch Birth. Can't draw extra cards because I'm a genius. Animate Gideon while they're tapped out. Go to combat. Attack Narset. Kano, you play that card. You know that interaction. Sacred Foundry tapped. Pass the oh, good God. Opponent mills themselves. Digs through time. Plays a Watery Grave tapped. Has to discard. They discard a Thoughtseize and a Thoughtseize. We draw Pirate's Pillage. Animate Gideon. They Hero's Downfall Gideon. Sure. Play Gideon. Uptick on Jace. Pass the turn. Opponent mills themselves, milling double Inverter of Truth. Plays a new Narset. Down ticks Narset. Finds a Thoughtseize. Plays a land. Plays Inverter of Truth. So they're going to get their Hero's Downfall back into their deck. We untap, we draw. Dragon Lord Kolagon. So what do we do? We could play Kolagon and attack Narset first. But our opponent... Play Kolagon. Go to combat. Attack Narset. Opponent trades. Sure. Tick up on Jace, just because. And hope that our opponent does not draw Hero's Downfall. Down ticks and finds a Thoughtseize. Plays a new Narset. Down ticks. I mean, they gotta find it now, right? Hero's Downfall. If they don't have another land... They do. Yep. If they, yeah, and they have Thassa's Oracle. Ooh. Okay, we have one turn. It's not likely, but it is possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pitch Void Winnower. And that's right, they still have Narset because they played like 4 Narsets. Never mind! Hi, Bone Daddy, how's it going? I was so focused on losing. We have played blue-black Inverter combo 3 of them in a row. And this deck actually can beat it. I just didn't necessarily understand how to play this deck right away. I probably could have beaten it in the first match where we actually won one. But I wasn't thinking when I was like sideboarding and stuff. It's like that thing I was saying about disliking Pioneer. Yeah, no, I was like, I played Pioneer not that long ago. It can't be that bad. It was that bad. It was absolutely that bad. I should have believed you. I cast Diabolic Tutor and I didn't listen. You should play any format but Pioneer. You know what, interdimensional space skeleton? I think I know better. I'm gonna play Pioneer. If all else fails, I'll just title this video Why I Don't Like Pioneer right now. That's true. This one does, in one edge case, you just Indomitable creativity into a Void Winnower, and then your opponent has to, like, post-board have answers for that. Which they do, it's called Hero's Downfall, but... No, I've cast maybe 4 relevant spells, and I've been Thought Seized only 16 times. So... I'm really surprised that this deck is surviving as long as it has, especially with them saying the whole, like, we're going to ban decks more often and keep things under control. And we're going to announce bans early and often as far as they're broken. Alright, round 4. You guys ready for Inverter combo? Because I'm not. Alright, I'd love to play first. It's a little slow, but I can make this work. Start Sacred Foundry tapped. Pass the turn. It's not Inverter! Oh, I feel so validated now. We're gonna play a real game of Magic against Mono Red. Fanatical Firebrand number 2. Good to see ya. We draw Birth of Meletis. We're gonna play Birth of Meletis. We can wait. They're stuck on 1 land. Let's go get a Plains. They find a second mountain. And away comes Goblin Piledriver. We'll take 2. Okay, we get a wall. Especially since we drew Temple here. Just going to take a turn off and anger. Play Temple of Triumph. Pirates Pillage to the bottom. Pass the turn. Opponent plays Goblin Piledriver number 2. We draw Anger of the Gods number 2. Gain some life. Play a Plains. Pirates Pillage. We'll discard Pirates Pillage. Draw some cards. Get some treasures. And we'll chain to the rocks. Exile Piledriver. Pass the turn. Okay, opponent plays a Fanatical Firebrand and a Legion Loyalist. They get in for 2, we block. Now it's time for what we came here to do. I think I can only... I don't think I can target all 3. No, I can. Kaboom! Yeah, give me those. Oh, this is what I've been trying to do. It's one way to handle a problem. Okay. Braids in. Devout Decree, Shatter the Sky. Nahiri out. Well, hi. Did you wake up from a nap? Let's see. What do I actually take out of this deck? It was certainly underwhelming. Well, They were stuck on 2 lands. And we'd probably just take out all the planeswalkers that aren't Gideon of the Trials. You don't think so? Alright. It's kind of disheartening that I've been spending this much time and effort just trying to do that. And it wasn't flashy. Alright, I'm gonna run it like this. Alright, let's do it. Opponent starts Mountain. Legion Loyalist. Burning Sun's avatars and Registar Alphas and Glory Bringers. It's true. I'm just going to go ahead and get a Plains right now. Opponent plays a Goblin Piledriver. We draw Sacred Foundry, which we will play tapped. Pass the turn. Red, white, Nahiri control might be a deck. I mean, like, Gideon, ally of Zendikar, has relevant text versus Inverter, which is nice. It's just they can deal with him. So, like, maybe there's a red-white Planeswalker mid-range deck with a whole bunch of Gideons and Nahiris and other ways to, like, tax Inverter that might actually prevent you from losing the game. The biggest problem is, all of the times I could cast Gideon versus their deck, I couldn't answer Inverter. Like, that was literally the problem, is I just couldn't answer Inverter. And he would attack and kill Gideon, and then they would combo off anyway. Make a Knight. Pass the turn. Rabblemaster. Okay. They get a token. Tocatli Honor Guard. Okay. Opponent is very determined to kill Gideon. No blocks. We draw a Temple of Triumph. It's not good, and it makes Inverter a flying 6/6 with no downside, but it works. I just want to play Gideon, have him survive, and, like, play Gideon, put a Artificer's Ward on him, give him Hexproof, and then Sphere of Safety. I don't know. This is, so we get Indomitable Creativity, and then Chain to the Rocks something. But I think Sweltering Suns is what we need to be doing. So in that case, it's kind of awkward. We're going to play Temple of Triumph. Temple of Triumph to the bottom. Go to combat. Attack for 2. Cleanse the earth of the Goblin Menace. Opponent plays a Legion Warboss. Okay, we draw. Sacred Foundry. Play Sacred Foundry tapped. Enchant our mountain with Chain to the Rocks and exile Warboss. Well, all we need is some kind of token producer. Opponent plays a Foundry Street Denizen and a Goblin Crater Maker. Gets in for 1. Well, I mean, we're drawing only lands. Pass the turn. Torbran, and we die. Good game, opponent. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I guess we need that last Gideon in here. And we will cut down on... This is a sorcery. I don't think we're playing that as sorcery speed removal. Alright, try it like this. Alright, we'll play first. Doesn't do much, I don't think. But, we have 2 single target removals, and a Wrath, and then nothing. I'm gonna mulligan. It's like... Well... Alright, we'll keep. Maybe this hand just doesn't do enough, but if depending on what we draw, it could be good. Opponent starts Mountain. Loyalist. Gets in for 1. Draw Gideon. Gideon is good. Play a Mountain. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Goblin Instigator. Gets in for 1. We draw Pirate's Pillage. Play a Mountain. Pass the turn. They attack for 3. Sure. We're getting a Braid. Play a Mana Confluence. And we will Pirate's Pillage. We're going to discard a Chain to the Rocks. Draw a Chain to the Rocks. Pass the turn. As long as they don't play Torbran, we should be okay, I think. Play a Mountain. Okay, they activate Castle. They attack for 6. Sure. We untap, we draw Temple. Play Fabled Passage, crack Fabled Passage. Get a Plains. Play Gideon. Zero Gideon. And Sweltering Suns. Pass the turn. I was hoping we could have a Braid in hand, but I guess not. Opponent Dragon Fodders. And has a War Boss. Gets a 1/1 Goblin with haste. Attacks Gideon. We untap. We draw Anger. Anger is good. So we play a Temple. Go Scrying. Mountain to the bottom. Anger of the Gods. Tick up Gideon. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Goblin Instigator. And passes. We draw another Gideon. So Goblin Instigator can't deal damage. Play Gideon 2. Chad Boogaloo. Make a knight. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a mountain. Sure. Embercleave. Yeah, we'll go ahead and destroy that artifact. And the game is over. Woo, we won a match! Success. Okay. We just have to win one more match to get half of our entry back. Beat tier 7 goblins? PogChamp. Honestly, it felt good to play a game of Magic after 45 minutes, or whatever the time is now. Okay, final round. We'll play first. Seems good. We will keep. Miss Hidden Stockpile. That deck felt reasonable. It doesn't beat Inverter, though. I know we beat Inverter with it, but it doesn't beat Inverter, I don't think. Overgrown Tomb. It's a Sultai Delirium. Getting Thought Seized. They take Indomitable Creativity. We untap. We draw Anger of the Gods, we play a Mountain, and a Birth of Meletis. Tutor up a Plains. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Forest. Nothing beats Inverter. We could just jam Tokatli Honor Guards. We get a wall. Play a Plains. Play Gideon. 0 Gideon. Pass the turn. If he gets Assassin's Trophied here, we're actually kind of okay with that, because we need mana. Grizzly Salvage! Awesome. I'm telling you, if we could resolve and protect Gideon of the Trials, we could beat Inverter. I don't know how to resolve and protect Gideon of the Trials. Alright, Uro. We draw a Chandra Torch of Defiance. Gain some life. Animate Gideon. Go to combat. Attack for 4. Take our opponent to 13. play Birth of Meletis. Go and tutor up a Plains. Play a Plains. Pass the turn. Opponent can escape an Uro if they'd like. And we have a very flavorful answer to a Titan. Just saying. They play Tireless Tracker. Pass. We draw Pirate's Pillage. Make wall number 2. Let's see. Play Chandra. Down tick, kill Tracker. 0 Gideon. Attack for 4. Take our opponent to 9. Opponent plays a Jace, Vrin's Prodigy. Passes. We draw a Temple of Triumph. Play Temple. Temple to the bottom. Uptick Chandra. We cannot cast Elspeth Conquers Death. So we Anger. 0 Gideon. And attack for 4. Opponent goes to 3. Opponent plays a Fabled Passage. Corrects it. Gets a Swamp. Plays another Jace. Passes. We draw Mana Confluence. Uptick Chandra. Sure. Cast a Gideon. Play Mana Confluence. Chain to the Rocks, Jace. Make a token. And the game is over. Woo! Alright, game 2. Versus Sultai Delirium. I guess we could bring in Chandra and shatter this guy. Gideon felt pretty good there, and he also shuts down one really big threat at a time, which could be useful. I think we're just going to bring in those two, though. And we're going to cut something. What are we cutting here? Shatter can come in instead of maybe a Sweltering Suns, and Awakened Inferno can be in place of an ally of Zendikar. Try it like this. Okay. Opponent gets to decide whether or not they want to play first. They do. We have a relatively slow hand, but we'll keep. We have Indomitable Creativity. And some Planeswalkers. Opponent starts Watergrave tapped. We draw Void Winnower. Play Temple of Triumph. Scry a mountain to the bottom. Pass the turn. Opponent plays an Overgrown Tomb tapped. Thoughtseize. They take Nahiri. Play Castle Ardenvale, pass the turn. Opponent shocks a breeding pool. And plays a Courser. Play a Temple. Go Scrying. I'm actually really tempted to keep the second one of those, so I think I'm going to. So next turn we're going to Elspeth and make some tokens, and then the turn after we're going to double creativity those tokens away. Okay, opponent Urrows, basically just a fancy explore. They gain some life. They don't have a land to play. Oh no, they do, because it's on top of their deck. Sure. They attack for 2. We go to 18. We untap. We draw creativity number 2. Play a mountain. And play Elspeth, Sun's Nemesis. Down tick and make some soldiers. Pass the turn. Opponent has an Abrupt Decay on top of their library. Opponent plays a Nissa who shakes the world. Animates Overgrown Tomb. And attacks us. That's fine. We draw a Sweltering Suns. So I think what we do is we play Clifftop Retreat. And just Indomitable creativity. Opponent has a kill spell of some kind, it would appear. They're going to push a token, sure. And we get an Emrakul. Make some tokens. Pass the turn. Opponent finds an Abrupt Decay, plays a land, has a bunch of mana, so if they have a Wrath, they can destroy Emrakul, the Promise End. They Grizzly Salvage. Okay, this is on top of their deck. I was wondering for a second what that was. This is protection from instants, right? Yep, so they can't Assassin's Trophy that. Okay. Play a Jace. They play an Uro. Gain some life. So they should be holding a Fatal Push, I believe. Animate a land. Sure. We draw Pirate's Pillage. Let's see. So we play a mountain. We can't just Indomitable Creativity. They can only kill one thing, theoretically. So we should get some value, and if it's Kolaghan, we can minus Elspeth, and I think that kills them. Yeah, let's do that. Indomitable Creativity number 2. Okay, sure. Let's get rid of... Aw, are they conceding? When I wanted to attack. Well, hey, at least we got some of our play points back after that abysmal start versus Dimir Inverter. And... I mean, like, I really like this deck. I think, had I known how to play against Inverter from the start, I probably could have done a little bit better. Maybe 3-2. If I got lucky, 4-1. But they need to ban Inverter. Or they need to print something that hates it out very, very hard. Because it is a tough nut to crack as far as how to interact with it.